Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello Aries, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. My name is Priscilla and I am not just any tarot reader. Usually we start with our 5 parts and of course we will do that. However, I am adding this new thing that, because I know a lot of people have questions in their mind that they want to know right away. And so I am going to have you think of 2 questions or whatever questions, and I'm going to pull out 2 cards and give you the answers, okay? Also, you guys, I just want to remind you that I do go live. And so when I go live, I answer free tarot questions. So it will be a great idea for you to subscribe like that. You can join me when I go live, but don't just subscribe, also hit the notification, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Priscilla, I missed your lives, because they know, you know, that when I go live and tell them things, they come back with their testimonies that what I told them was true. And the reason why I say I'm not any tarot reader is because I have over 2,000 videos where I predict the cards and the cards come out and there's the evidence. Okay, I have yet to see any tarot reader do something like that, but I've been reading tarot for 20 years. When I was 9 years old, I was already telling people what was going to happen. I used this cup of water to channel messages as well, because you know this cup of water is extremely important when I'm channeling messages. And so yeah, so when you see me stay quiet, it's only because sometimes I get bombarded with messages that my guys tell me the message and then the message comes out in an oracle message or somehow. All right, so we are going to begin. Also, you guys are reading in English and in Spanish, so feel free. Wow, I got 2 at once. So feel free to go to my channel, learn a little Spanish, and get more messages watching those Spanish readings with English subtitles. Okay, so the first answer you have is big happy changes. This has been coming out a lot. All right, so big happy changes. I'm so happy for you, especially if you've been going through things and things begin to get better. All right, so we might see the Fool, we might see justice, okay, and improving your health. Somebody had, I think, these 2 same exact cards. So some of you may be going through maybe a little bit of health issues, and so that begins to improve, okay? We might see the 4 swords. All right, you guys, so we are going to also, I leave the egg ritual video at the end of all my videos. This is with regards to the evil eye. A lot of time we go past people and we grab, you know, their negative energy. Good energy is good, but bad energy, not so good. All right, so I walk you step by step, because people think they know about the evil eye, but they have no idea. So check that out. All right, moving on to your energies. What do we have for Aries? Whoa, I do not want these cards too full, because in the position that I am in is not a good position, because I moved my table and now I'm like stuck a little in getting the cards. All right, sorry about that. My guides are talking. The thing is that before I start, I do like a ritual. I pray a lot, I call them in, all 10 of them, and yeah, so, and I ring the bell and I do all kinds of things to call them in. All right. And also for protection, because we don't want any entities that don't belong here around me. All right, it says shape your future. You are the creator of your future. Make choices that reflect your highest self. Okay, so don't get caught up in, you know, this is what destiny has to be. Remember that life is what you make it. Okay, so you are building, you know, we might see the 9 of Pentacles. All right, you're building your future, you're staying focused. Okay, we might see the Page of Pentacles, right? The Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, once I know the energies, it's crazy how the cards later come out. Remember all the cards that I told you. I've taken away here the card that we're going to reveal at the end for either more messages, advice. All right, I'm going to take the top card because they gave me a lot. It says transformation for sure. Okay, you're transforming, you're shaping your future. I would say that the transformation comes first as you are shaping your future. Okay, because these are big happy changes that are coming, and you're going to be able to do that because if you were having problems with your health, that begins to improve. These are the changes, transformation, shaping what you want. Life is what you make it. It's almost like you are on, this is a beautiful way to start the reading. And Aries is about, they're go-getters, right? They're all about all the ones. Okay, misjudgment, 45. Everyone just wants to be treated as if they are normal. Maybe somebody has been misjudging you. You've been misjudging people. We might see judgment, okay? The number 45 might be significant, forming stability, which is wonderful. We see it here. And number 5 confirms transformation. Okay, we might see the death card for, the rebirth. So I'm loving this reading already. So try not to be too judgmental of yourself. And if people are misjudging you, who cares? Let them be, right? Nobody cares. Let them think whatever they want. People are going to talk either way. One more, please, for, I'm going to take the top one. And we have, they weren't ignoring you. You ignore yourself. Okay? So this might have been, I'm just going to read the whole card just so that you can have a clear understanding. You spend so much time explaining their absence to yourself that you forgot to validate your own needs. You dialed their number but forgot to check in with your own heart. Your work matters even when someone else didn't notice. Okay, this might have something to do with regards to work. Okay, it could be with regards to love. Somebody that you were with, they misjudged you, right? They thought that maybe they were gonna step all over you, that you were the type of person that just gives and doesn't care if you receive breadcrumbs. That could have been the misjudgment, right? And now you begin to see, well, I'm gonna have my own transformation, because if this person doesn't deserve me at a job, a boss that doesn't value me and deserve me, my family who doesn't value me and deserve me, a friend, a romance, this, speaks to anything. All right, we are going to begin with tarot. I am going to pull out 6 cards, 3 first. If I have to clarify, I will. I normally don't. My guides are so on point. Then I'm going to give you advice, and then we're going to move through everything else. Now, you guys, I always say this, but in case you are new to the channel, I don't take the cards. That's why I do a whole ritual, because my guides give me the cards, okay? I get my jumpers. I have so much respect for that, and I don't care how much I have to shuffle. However, you can forward the video during that part, but I don't recommend you forwarding as I am doing the 5 parts because they connect. Once a message is there, it's going to be confirmed. All right, what do we have as the first 3 cards? Thank you. 2 more, please. Whoa. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, you felt like you were stuck. You walked away from something, but you weren't really stuck, okay? And here you are. If somebody misjudged you, they are constantly curious about you. Even though this might be somebody who affected you, they're watching you, okay? You, in the meantime, could be collecting information, or they could be collecting information about you, all right? They're telling you to really be quick when it comes to you making decisions, because this could be you too, that you're researching, right? Trying to see what's going on. You may be receiving some type of message with regards to this. This could be a person that maybe let you go from your job, and now, they regret it, and they're like, oh, can you come back? Okay, but you're going to say no, because the divine is giving you something better. Okay, you've already been there. This is Scorpio and Cancer energy. And this might be also somebody coming in, or you going into something that you really, really love and just feeling safe. This is like a safety net of love. You're going to have a lot of support, a lot of, back and forth communication. You're going to be able to communicate with whoever comes in your life. This could be strongly loved, but not necessarily. Okay. But just be mindful that somebody could be like spying on you. Yeah. And this person was very all about trickery. Okay. Very deceiving. Like they all tell you something, but not really follow through. And this is Aquarius energy. Okay. So this is a person that does everything they need to do to get their way, and then it's kind of like peace out, right? They leave you hanging. A lot of deception somebody might have put you through. Again, a friend, a boss. It does not need to be necessarily somebody in love, okay, but a very deceitful person. If we see the moon, it's because you're going to discover this person. Or maybe, no, the moon is if you have something hidden. But if we see the sun, then, you know, something that was hidden that comes to light. What do we have? Might we see, show us the sun, Spirit, if this is going to come to light. Because my guys sometimes, they'll give me something on command. Give me 3 more, please. 2 more for Aries. 1 more. All right. Yeah, you used to have a lot of battles with this person. This person was a type to win at all costs, right? Compete, compete, compete. If I don't win, nothing happens, all right? And there was like a lot of lack of harmony in any relationship. It seems strong that this could have been a relationship, like a love relationship, because you have the 2 of Cups, all right? So even though this person may have been very compatible with you, you were having conflict and they needed to win. Okay, they were always like contradicting the things that you say, or they will say one thing and they say another. A lot of contradiction. Whatever it took for them to win, cheat, lie, steal, get away, be strategic, and everything else. Very strategic, like a person that would sell ice to Eskimos. All right, and it shows strongly that this could have been in love with this Cancer card with the 2 of Cups. And then you come out of this, you're in your own energy with the 4 of Wands. Okay, so everything in your work environment, it's like a good start. It's a new beginning, right? After all the storm, after the arguments, and you're going to achieve the goals that you set your mind to. Okay, and it's going to be a good start because we see transformation, big happy changes. You're shaping things now. You're not, you know, this person doesn't get to misjudge you, okay? Because although you might have been like a kind person, they misjudged you, or they try to play like their narcissistic stuff. Remember, you guys, that I'm an award-winning counselor. I'm an award-winning actress. I'm a counselor with a master's degree. So when I put together tarot and my profession of counseling, it just works on wonders, which is why people look for me. But like these transformation, even the environments that you come across are gonna be like happy environments. All right, we move on to your message. You guys, I am not feeling well today. I have such a headache, but I wanted to come through for you. Yeah, so now you're going to be able to communicate freely. So it says, I communicate from the depths of my being. Okay, perhaps before you didn't communicate and people misjudged you, right? To avoid problems, you know, you're probably the type of person that you keep to yourself. You don't engage in drama. And that's why this person aggravated you, because they were about drama, but you were the opposite. Okay, but now you're going to communicate freely so that there is no miscommunication, so that people don't misjudge you. Not that it matters, not that you should care, but sometimes it does matter, right? Because you don't want people to think that you're a certain way at work. For example, the type of person that doesn't like to do the work when that's not true. All right, we're moving on to money and career. What do we have for Aries? Thank you. All right, and we have saving phase. You may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job. Yep. Or you need to smile and make nice to get a position you want. All right. So for that reason, you're going to speak up what you need to speak up in a professional manner so that people aren't misjudging you and think, you know, she's too stuck up and so we can't give her this job, right? Whatever the reason might be. So start speaking up in a professional way. This is why I tell you the readings connect. So just make sure that you don't miss it. I'm going to leave, even though I do the shorts to the long readings, I'm going to leave the link below so you guys can see the full reading, okay? What do we have, please, for... And you're going to be happy also in terms of, you know, your health. Like I really see strongly you're recovering from something. And then you have financial freedom. Strive for financial freedom, increase your income, reduce unnecessary expenses, and invest wisely to achieve independence and security. All right, so it's almost like you go out and you see a pair of shoes. Do you really need that extra pair of shoes? All right, think about that. Instead of using that money for another pair of shoes, invest it. Put it in a high yield savings account. All right, fast changes. This is crazy. First, big happy changes, and now fast changes. Things happen suddenly in a short period and in a hurry. Take bold steps forward. Okay, this is a good thing. All right, you go from being miserable to things just turning around for you really, really quickly. So that is truly amazing. I'm happy for you, Aries, because you deserve it. I know that you guys are very good entrepreneurs and you stay focused. All right. What do we have in love? So maybe this person, we might see something with regards to this person who didn't value you in love. Okay. All right. I don't understand. So they're having a hard time understanding probably your decision to walk away. We saw at the bottom of the deck how you were just walking away. I did a reading for one of the air signs, and oh my God, they showed walking away 3 times. I was like, unbelievable, incredible. All right, what do we have, please, for Aries? All right, reunion. We will always come back to each other. Okay, maybe this person is not understanding what's going on. They need to reflect, and maybe they'll come back saying, you know what, I realize I messed up. I value you now. And tarot, you know, gives you advice, but in the end, you have free will. So I don't see, I mean, with the 2 of Cups, you might be taking the person back and having a conversation, you know, because with the 4 of Wands, it's like a happy ending, right? So you may be, look at the card of overthinking. Playing negative scenarios in your head is creating issues, which weren't there at first. I don't think that this is you. I think this is them. Okay, so they are creating all these, actually, on second thought, this could be you. Because I feel like you might be feeling a little bit of guilt as to this person treating you the way that they treated you, but it's not your fault. It's not your fault. So do not overthink it. Because I feel like you're thinking, did I make the right decision? That's what I'm feeling you're thinking. Did I make the right decision by letting this person go? Right? Should I have worked things out? But I just don't see it. I just feel like, you know, this person just misjudged you. Right? And I was like, you're going through a transformation, been there, done that. And it could be, you know, the big happy changes that they might have, that, you know, might be the reason why you go back with this person. But, you know your story, take it as it resonates. Come back and let me know. All right. Because I just see a lot happening here. All right, moving on to Oracle messages. I need you to get excited again. I need you to remember you're not in this thing alone. I'm working on your challenges. I've already assigned angels to you. So let go and let the stress and just trust me. I've got a pretty incredible ending in store. In fact, that's why you need to get excited again. Because the happy endings I've got coming is going to rock your world. All right, yeah. Because, I mean, you can't make this up. Big happy changes. Fast changes. This could be in your love life. You know, this could be clearly in your work life, because you have these fast changes. You could be looking for another job. You know, you decide to leave this job and you get another one really quick, and you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, oh my God, you know, that's crazy. I'm going to have to do an egg cleansing myself, because this headache is no joke that I have. I can't even keep my eyes open. All right, what do we have? The number 3, which means connecting, might be significant to you. It says, when chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities, right? Remember, shaping your future that we saw in the beginning with your energies. You will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in change, in chance, and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. Take a risk. The worst that can happen is that you'll get a no, right? That is the worst that can happen. And if you fail, you fail. But suppose that you don't fail, right? All right. We're going to reveal the card, and it says, meerkat. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Exactly. If you're in the process of opening a business, get support from people who have been there, done that, all right? They'll tell you, okay, this works, don't do that. This doesn't work, don't do that. And that's going to be saving you a lot of money and time. Even if it's a company that you go into, right? And you're researching, and a friend says, oh, I worked for that company. They can let you know what's going on. I'm getting the name Hector, very strong. I am not getting anything else. We have here HWR. This could be first name, last name, nickname. And for more signs besides the ones that I have given you, you have Virgo, you have Pisces, and you have Aquarius. All right, you guys, that has been your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to please support my channel, like, share, and subscribe. I am here to support you. Any questions you have, you can put it in the comments. I love to read your comments. Really, really love to read your comments. And I always reply. I'm not that tarot reader that replies to some people. I always reply. All right, you guys, take care. One love, and I'll see you soon. Bye. And join me in the lives.
Thanking you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.